Alrighty, welcome back everyone. Finally got these glitches fixed.
Never too old for this!
How may I be of What is it you... Well, I mentioned before that my parents had fled to Taris. Perhaps I can tell you about that. In the early days of the Mandalorian War, there had been fighting closer to the Outer Rim worlds. Cathar was there, yes. My people had a great reputation as warriors, and that appealed to the Mandalore version of honor. They sought to test themselves against us, I think. Test themselves by bombing our world, slaughtering my people while they slept or while they ran. They swooped down from space across the world, firing at anything that moved. They used ships in space to destroy all orbital facilities and bombard the surface. We did resist, and in spite of their violent attack, we did stave them off for quite a while. But in the end, we were doomed. We were not members of the Republic. Cathar was beyond the edge of the Republic, in the Outer Rim. And besides, they could not have known. Our interstellar communications were the first things the Mandalores hit. All other short-range communicators were jammed. We were on our own. We knew what was coming. We had fought the Mandalorians in the first war against Exar Kun and the Sith. We knew there would be no mercy for us. The most we could do was pack the few of our people who survived onto what few ships remained and send them off into space as fast as they could. Most did not make it. My parents carried me as a baby with them, and were lucky enough to escape as far as they were able, and eventually settled on Taris. They could stand running no further, I think. But Taris was a horrible choice. Dominated by humans, intolerant of other species, made everyday life unnecessarily hard. My father turned to stimulants. He spent much of his time in local bars and dives. But we are warriors. It runs through our blood. And when he was on stims, he became foolish. He let his warrior nature get the best of him. So he would get intoxicated, and he would fight. And finally, one day, he would die. Killed by a man who provoked him into a fight and killed him like an animal. I am sorry, I cannot talk about this any longer right now.
That's interesting.
Sure.
Looks like we got everything we needed from here. And technically we can have first attack on these brothers, oh, there's the Star Forces. Okay, let's see if we get any credits out of it. Yeah, well, we'll take our mission.
Ready?
Yeah, we can auto them up now.
Yeah?
What? You're back! I knew you'd come through for me. I knew I could count on you. Come to Papa, you sweet simian organ. It may not look like much, but once I turn this into a bottle of Torresian ale, it'll end up being worth a fortune. Thanks, Mission. You won't regret helping me out with this.
Please, Griff, let this be the last time. No more cons, no more scams, no more schemes. That's all I ask.
Hey, sis, no need to worry about that. I've turned over a new leaf. From now on, I'm gonna stay out of trouble and do things right. And once we've cornered the market on Torresian ale, good things will be heading my way. Then I'll make it up to you, Mission. Just wait, you'll see. You know, once we synthesize this and start brewing Torresian ale in mass quantities, we're gonna be looking for some investors. You give me a couple of 100 credits, and I can get you in on the ground floor. You'll get a return of, oh, at least 20 times your investment. Hey, don't worry. You'll get your credits as soon as we start mass producing that Torresian ale. I just wanted to know if you were interested in an even bigger payoff. Wise move. I can see you really understand how business works. Now, when you see your chance, you jump it in, huh? That's my motto. I better get started on brewing that ale. Meet me back here later, and I'll have a down payment on what I owe you.
Let's go here there.
Hey there. I appreciate everything you've done for Griff. You know that, right? I just hope things work out for him this time around. I guess we'll find out when he meets up with us at the Zerka Corp shop. If he's got those credits he promised you, then maybe there's hope for him yet.
I wonder if you gotta leave the plant first, then come back. Yeah, it's probably what it is. Okay, I think we got just about everything we need.
How may I be of What is it you... Of course.
Yes, what's in your mind? You got it.
Let's do a quick check on...
Excuse me, have you seen a mechanic about? Short fellow, bald. I've been looking...
Well, I'll be a Wookiee's uncle. Davin Coatress?
Jolie? Jolie Pinto? Why, you old freak. Last time I saw you, you were still wandering the galaxy in that old tug. I thought you were dead, old man.
I crashed somewhere and decided to stay.
Yeah, I'll just bet. Damn, old man, you look exactly the same as the last time I saw you. You pickle well.
You're too kind. Not the young lad anymore yourself, I see. What are you, deaf? His name's Davin. Old friend from my Wanderer days. By the by, Davin, I really should be running off.
Of course, old man. Oh, wait. If you've been traveling in this sector, I suppose you heard about Sunry?
No, why? What's there to hear?
He's been picked up by the Selkath authorities on Manan for murder.
That's preposterous.
I know. Laura is beside herself, as you can imagine. Maybe you could help them. I'm sure Sunray would appreciate a Jedi's assistance right about now.
Perhaps I will at that. It's up to my friend here, actually. I'm just tagging along. I'd appreciate that. Sunry's an old friend. I'd hate to see him hurt.
Same here. Well, it was good to see you again. Give my regards to Alora if you see her.
I will. Be safe, old friend.
Here though. Alright, we're gonna return to the Uh-oh.
Oh, I get it. Got something on... Oh,
Oh, let's quickly go do that side quest. Might as well get everybody really on our side. Go on the stuff. That's gonna be in-game. So that's on Manan. Well, obviously him. And... Sure, why not?
What? Yes?
Got something on your mind? Got yourself a fast little ship? I'd forgotten what engine sounded like. Closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an uller in mating season. Ugh, frightful. Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of the synthesizer on this bucket anyway? You never clean the darn thing? I'm old, damn it. I'm allowed to be enigmatic when I want to be. And don't you go telling me otherwise. You know, you remind me of someone else I knew ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny. All of that. Breath like a panther. No, but it could be. An Anduvian salt tablet would clear that right up, you know. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. Andor Fix. The force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was. Well, it's not so much a hurricane as a slight breeze. But that doesn't mean anything. Destiny is sometimes in the eye of the beholder. Well, it turned out that Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall. I don't know. Are you overconfident? I hadn't noticed. Even if I had, I would never comment on it. We're talking about Andor, remember? Let's see. Oh yes, Andor's downfall. I was pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring. Well, let's just say that I was a strapping young lad with a full head of hair. Coruscant was a small town with a well. I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time, they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall, big teeth. Krat had us all on the bridge of ship questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand. Andor decides to make him invulnerable. Starts making all sorts of demands. Free now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't know who I am. Krat decides he's had enough. Begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed too. Finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming. Maybe Andor had something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with sector for centuries. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you? Well, hey, the chances may not be great, but one has the opportunity to see something like that twice in a lifetime. I mean, go on. My throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoot!
That's an interesting tale. What's up with this? I guess we'll deal with it.
I'm sorry, I'm on duty, citizen. Please refer any questions to our diplomatic corps. Thank you.
Greetings once again. I trust you have been discreet concerning the events at Rackard Rift. Should the Cellcath obtain proof of what occurred down there, the consequences for the Republic would be severe. For both our sakes, I hope you are smart. Truth be told, I'm uncomfortable even with us being seen together. The rumors are already plentiful enough among the Cellcath about the Republic's role in this. Then I shall wish you good...
Sorry, buddy, but the hotel is... Ever since the murder, the Cellcath have made me keep this place locked up tight. Only the Cellcath authority... This old Republic war hero by the name of Sunry was seeing the Sith woman here, Alasa. Well, they were seeing each other, but the other night a blaster went off in one of the rooms. Sunry got seen leaving the place, and the Sith woman was dead on the floor. But not everyone thinks this Sunry did it. So the Cellcath are holding him in prison while the case gets sorted out. In the meantime, they closed down my hotel. But enough about my problems. You can't stay here while the investigation is on. You'll have to find someplace else to stay. Sorry.
Okay. Ports over here. Let's move it to the other side.
Jody, it is you. your help.
And Laura, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunray. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why, whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolie. Sunray has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Jolie. Sunray isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Laura. Where's Sunray now?
Sunray's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Laura. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunray. Somehow. I suppose you're Sunray's only hope. We have to at least try to help him. Yes, but it almost seems too heavily stacked, doesn't it? Very suspicious.
Okay. Oh, hang on, everybody.
Joel, what are you doing here? The Lord sent me, Sunray. I'm here to get you out of this mess. The courts went and made us arbiters for your case.
Just like old times, eh, Jolie? You come swooping in out of nowhere to save my tail from the fire?
You saved my wrinkled butt more than a few times as well, friend, if I recall. But there'll be time for catching up later. Right now, we need to focus on the case.
The case is a complete frame-up. Anyone looking at the evidence could see that. Or so I thought. But the Selkath seem to think that there's enough to go to trial. There aren't any witnesses. All that evidence against me is circumstantial and completely flawed.
Well, I was at the hotel, I admit. And I did meet Alasa there that night, but it's not what you think. I was working with Republic intelligence. We were pretending to feed information to the Sith. Well, I turned Alasa into a double agent working for us. It was going well, too, until she turned up dead. Maybe the Sith had found out I was turning her and had her eliminated. But let's look at the facts they've given. Alasa was brutally killed. Think about that. She was a Sith, trained in battle, and I'm just a crippled old man. My war injuries make it difficult for me to walk, even to hold things. See how my hands are shaking? How could I kill a Sith warrior at close quarters? I ask you. Further, they say they found my hero's cross at the crime scene. Would I leave my war medal behind if I killed someone? Even I'm not that stupid. Obviously, the Sith planted the cross. And what about the lack of forensic evidence? Skin and hair samples, clothing fibers. Why isn't there anything like that at the crime scene? Sounds like an obvious frame-up to me. I hope you can see how the Sith are manipulating the cell cap, and probably even you to set up this against me. We need to get this over with quickly and clear my name. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to be well prepared before we go to trial. Guess you could interview witnesses at the hotel where the murder happened. Selkath already did that, but the fish folk don't have much rapport with offloaders. Maybe one of them was holding something back. But I think you'd be better off investigating the Sith themselves. Maybe you could find some proof they planted evidence to frame me. Though that might mean figuring out a way into the Sith embassy. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to be well prepared before we go to trial. Go ahead, Ed. How would they know? They weren't there. I heard some of the witnesses said that too, but I swear she was alive when I left. I wonder if the Sith have been putting pressure on people to get them to convict me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. They've had it in for me since the war. You should ask everyone about that. They might admit to helping the Sith under pressure. Very well. Once you've gotten enough evidence to go to trial, just tell the warden we're ready. The sooner I get out of the cell, the better.
When I get out of here, you're dead! I'll gut your fishy little corpse, cut off your head, and bathe it.
Yeah, it's at the same spot as the... Same spot as the...
Defending Sunry now, huh? Well, the hotel's open for you. And I guess I gotta answer any questions you want too. The Sith woman, Alasa, rented a room in the hotel. An hour or two later, Sunry comes in and goes to her room. A couple hours later, I hear a blaster shot and see Sunry running. He can't run good because he's a cripple, but he still was going pretty fast. I would swear he started after the shot, though. Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure he left after the shot went off. What do you want to know? Alasa used to rent rooms here every week or so. Then Sunry would come by a couple hours later and stay all night. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what was going on. There were only 2 other people in the hotel when it happened. One was a Rhodian named Glupor. Seems like a really dirty, shifty type. Normally, I don't let his kind in here. I'm a reputable businessman, you know. But there weren't many people here, so I decided to take a chance. The other is a regular named Feareth Me. He's a Pazak player. Probably an addict, but he claims he's big in some circles. Don't know anything about him other than that. Anything else you want to know? Well, okay.
You with the cell, Kath? You here to see me about the murder, too? I told the damn fish everything I knew. What more do you all want from me? I was in my room, minding my own business with the latest copy of Pazak Weekly, checking out the listings for the big tournament that's going to be held here soon, when I heard a blaster shot. Being still alive, and therefore smart enough not to stick my head out immediately, I didn't go out right away. I looked out after a minute and saw Glupor in the hall by Elas's room and Sunry running like the wind. You can't tell me that someone who was running like that, and he was pretty fast for a cripple, isn't guilty. Sunry I only heard of once or twice in passing. Some sort of old-time war hero against the Sith. Seen him around in the hotel, too. Going to Elas's room always, of course. Kept the rest of the building up half the night with their damn antics usually. I'm not saying anything like that. What they did in that room, in private, is their business. And there isn't any rule against Sith and Republic seeing each other for personal reasons. Although if you think her Sith master didn't know, you must be fooling yourself. Oh, well, Elassa was a Sith, so of course she'd have to have someone above her. Yeah, I didn't see anything. You know, I think I could trust you. Heck, I don't even know why I shouldn't tell you. Well, one time, I saw Elassa coming in wearing this big cloak. I was on my way to my room, and she normally wears stuff like that, so I didn't pay her too much attention. But this time, I accidentally brushed up against her. Accidentally, of course. And her cloak fell open. Now, I don't have any qualms about the Sith. I leave them alone, and they leave me alone. And seeing as how Elassa had a Sith lightsaber under her cloak, I'm not going to poke that hornet's nest. Seems so. But I'm not getting myself in any further with the Sith. I know how ruthless they are. Now, that's all I'm going to tell you. I'll testify it to the court, but you aren't going to get anything else out of me.
Really? That was dark side or something? I guess.
Glupor tong hitwana ji sarkat agi inko tune glupor mulira na mulira tong glupor kita nongkun glupor yon tong chibi ita bola unjik ne mulira glupor kon mulis limo puli wanga kun biskin glupor kinpa ni chalora kun glupor chi ita kanki changa kilikon glupor nibo jimata wipun nage tong abag sun sham glupor tong hit wamaji salkat ag inkotum glupor picha ge borang turang glupor wangki yumabat malyaw no wish kun muli ras limo poy wanga kun makachisa glupor tong abag sinshan glupor ninong kili glupor chiwa aita kan kicha na salkat glupor nibo muli ra glupor ni umsit glupor sha glupor pampa ki mulira kun king glupor chachopa si tangi salkat mama jiko na glupor ag inkotune glupor no mulira chut glupor chachopa glupor bagwa shank konti machid glupor tangi mama ji glupor wanga kun beast
Jedi. I hear you are investigating the Sunry murder trial, are you not? This case is not at all what it appears to be. Many currents, might I say, flow beneath the surface. This murder is much more complicated than it may first appear. Sunry and Elassa are proxies for their governments, and both sides want the other to fail. You can see the journey by the footprints. You understand, yes? Dear, dear. I'm saying they both had something to do with it. They've both kept their hands in this from the start. If you want to get to the bottom of this murder, you might seek information from both the Sith and the Republic, likely in their embassies. No, of course not. You think state secrets are for sale on the common market? You would have to be devious to get what you want. Heed my advice, Jedi, and you may yet find the truths in this murder.
Okay.
That'll show them.
That hurt, I bet.
Sure.
Yeah, what do you want? You're... Jolie! Coming to check in on an old man?
Soon, old friend. We don't want to go to trial.
Oh, I grow weary of staring at these four bare walls. Go ahead, Ash. A Rhodian? I didn't know there were any Rhodians on the run. Oh, except for Tybark and this one named Glupar who's hanging around the hotel all the time. Okay, so maybe there are a whole bunch of Rhodians on Manan. But what does that matter? If he planted evidence at the scene, it's a clear sign of a frame-up. He probably took all the evidence of the real killer at the same time. The evidence of a Sith conspiracy keeps getting stronger, doesn't it? I suspect there's still stuff you want to clear up. Go ahead, ask. Ask what you need to. I've got nothing to hide. So the truth is out. I never meant to kill her. When I found out she was a Sith spy using me to gain information, but something inside me just snapped. She didn't know I had found out. So I waited until she fell asleep. And then I killed her. Simple, really. But once I realized what I'd done, I panicked. I contacted those spies from the Republic to help me. They found the illegal monitoring device that the Sith had planted in the room, altered its recording to hide my part in it, and cleared up the evidence. I figured that was the end of it. The Sith must have been spying on me and Alasa, trying to make sure she wasn't a double agent. They must have seen the Republic spies getting the evidence. So they planted their own evidence, placed it. But when the cross turned up on her body, I knew the Sith had put it there. So, now you know the whole story. What are you going to do? You think I'm some kind of monster, don't you? All I did was kill a Sith. How many Sith have you killed? Dozens? Hundreds? Thousands?
That's different, Sunry, and you know it. We don't kill them in cold blood while they sleep.
I don't see how the two of us are any different. She was a spy. She was using me to get information so Malak's army could destroy the Republic. She deserved his eye. I confess, I'm looking at 20 years in prison. And the Otto City officials might even place Kolto sanctions on the Republic Embassy. Without Kolto, how can we treat the injuries to our soldiers on the front lines? No, I can't do that. And put the Republic's supply of Kolto in danger. No, I won't. Look, I may have done something stupid, and it may only be worse for my standing by it, but I will not confess. If you turn me in, the Republic will likely lose its Kolto export privileges, and then we'll lose the war for sure. Are you going to send all those thousands, millions like Taurus to their deaths just for your sense of justice?
Sunry, this is wrong and you know it. I am a Jedi. What is it that you expect me to do to defend your actions?
You do whatever you have to, Jolie. I know what I did, but I also know what's at stake here. No, I'll rot in here if I have to. I won't betray the Republic. Do what you have to, but know what the consequences will be.
Got something on your mind? What? You think because I'm a hermit, I've always been a hermit? Just because I haven't seen Sunray for 20 years doesn't mean he's not a friend. A man could have changed a lot in that span of time, though. To become a murderer, I can't see it. That's not the Sunray I knew. He was a good man. Put me up in his home for a year back after I left the Order. War hero, too. So I hear. I wouldn't mind helping the fellow if we can. I owe it to him. Or you can be a young monkey lizard and ignore me, I guess. But I don't expect much these days.
I hear you've been appointed as arbiter in Sunry's... He started seeing Alasa last year. I had my suspicions for a while, but he was careless. Pretty soon everyone knew. But even though I'm sure that harlot was only using him, I know he couldn't have killed her. He came and confessed to the affair to me. He said he was going there to break it off, to end it. Maybe the Sith woman attacked him, and he had to defend himself. But even though he cheated on me, inside he's still the man I loved. Yeah. He's too kind and gentle to have killed her in cold blood. This is all a plot to discredit the Republic. Sunry is a victim of a Sith frame-up.
It's possible. I haven't seen Sunry since I crashed on Kashyyyk. A man can change a lot in that time. The man I knew could never have done this crime, however.
Find the real evidence. That's all I ask. The real evidence will prove Sunry didn't do this.
Okay.
I hear you've been... Lies! It must be! I knew the Sith would never let a Republic hero get away. You must find Sunry innocent. This is all a plot to discredit...
It's possible. I haven't seen Sunry since...
Find the real evidence.
It is an honor to see justice served, and I will see Sunry is executed for the crime he has committed.
The man I saw leaving, Sunry, probably left after I heard the blaster shot.
The guilt of the accused is apparent even this early in the trial. You are Firith Me, the well-known Kashyyyk player. I wonder if we can... Of course, Your Honor. Firith Me, what did you...
Well, I came out into the hallway after hearing the blaster shot.
A very obvious point, Your Honors.
Yes, from what I could tell, she carried a lightsaber under that cloak of hers.
Objection! That doesn't prove she was a Jedi.
You mean actually see him kill her with my own eyes? Well, no, but I don't think there could have been anyone else there.
Loophole the Rodeo. You were staying in the hotel the night of the murder and saw Sunry leaving Elas's room, didn't you?
Lupor jiking mata sunri mulira. Kinkun jupa siya lupor. No ba mulira sa kilay.
This is clear, then, that Sunry left the room.
Tong himwa majik lupor aki engkau tunsit. Coba ka coba Lupor.
Don't do it, Lupor.
Lupor kang kindabik ni bora tong chitsa.
Lies! Slander! I object!
Lupor wonky.
You, Elora, are Sunry's lawful wife. Your husband was a hero and he was crippled in that war. Do you not believe he'd blame the Sith for his injury?
Yes, I guess he would.
And there you have motive. Sunry seeks revenge on the Sith for what they did to him and killed Elasa.
Yes. Yes, it was true. He was having an affair with that Sith harlot.
It seems painfully obvious that he killed her to keep her quiet about the affair.
He'd been seeing her for some time, I think. But he said he was going to change. He'd gone there that night to end it. We talked the night before and he'd promised. Things have become so very complicated. Yes, he fought against the Sith in the last war. I don't know how much that means to the Sith or to your Selkath thrones. But in the kind of man who earned...
I wish to call forth Sunry. Are you a war hero, Mr. Sunry? You fought in wars against the Sith Empire, correct?
Yes, that's right. And I don't regret it either. The Republic needs its heroes.
Indeed. Would you say that you dislike the Sith? Even hate them?
Of course I hate them. Trying to take over the galaxy every chance they get, killing millions of innocents?
Pure politics. Were you in Elasa's room on the night of the murder?
Well, yes, I was. I had been having an affair with Elasa and my wife, yes. But I realized how wrong I'd been, and I was going there to end it.
You were having an affair with a Sith. You wanted to end it quickly and quietly, so you killed her from behind and tried to flee.
No,
I think we can see the answer clear enough, Mr. Sunry.
Of course she was. Why would a young, beautiful Sith woman get with an old cripple like me? Yes, I think they would. They wouldn't want to lose one of their sources, even though I didn't give them anything. They might have killed her for her failure. Or they might have thought she'd turn against them or something like that.
The Sith Empire is not the barbaric institution you portray it to be. I think the facts in this case are very straightforward. Sunry was having an affair with Elasa. He sought to end it, and the simplest, quickest method getting his hatred of the Sith was to simply kill her. Witnesses saw Sunry fleeing the scene, and material evidence places him there at the time of the murder as well. I am confident that any informed observation of the facts will lead the judges, Your Honors, to this very conclusion. Well, that doesn't mean a thing. The Sith would not leave the medal of her killer clutched in her hand. No, Your Honors. I demand the death penalty.
The Republic will attempt to have him freed, Laura. I am sure. This is the best we can do. I'm sorry.
Sunry?
Off to quick save there. There's probably something we can find on the save base for that. Alright, let's go. Star Forces.
You are strong, child. But I will break you.
I'll never fall to the dark side. You think torture torture will turn me, Malik. You're a fool.
Torture? No, dear Bastila. You misunderstand. This is but a taste of the dark side to whet your appetite. When you finally swear loyalty to me, it will be willingly.
Never.
Such resolve in your words, but I see the truth in your heart. The dark side calls to you, Bastila. You hunger to taste it. Become my apprentice, and all its power be yours.
Damn.
The Starforge. I've never seen anything like it. I'm transmitting these coordinates to Admiral Dodonna. Maybe a quick strike by the Republic can cripple the Sith fleet. Message is away. Now we can just wait for the Republic to show up. We should be safe here. We're outside their sensor range. Small vanguard of Sith fighters coming in hard. Someone needs to get on those gun turrets. Take those fighters out before they report our position to the main fleet. Oh, we've got problems. We've flown in some kind of disruptor field. All my instruments are jammed. We've got massive overloads in all systems. I'm picking up a single planet in this system. I'll try and put us down there. Hold on. This may be a rough landing.
Whew! Talk about your rough landings, Karth. What's the matter? You're flying like you've been on an all-night Teresian ale drinking binge.
That disruptor field fried our stabilizers. We're lucky we made it down in one piece. But if I can't find the salvage to make repairs, I won't even be able to get the Ebonok airborne again.
During our rather rapid descent, I noticed the holes of many crashed ships scattered across the landscape. Perhaps the parts you need can be found among the wreckage.
Cathar's right. This planet's a technological graveyard. I saw dozens of downed ships out there. That disruptor field must have wiped them all out. Where could it be coming from?
Even if we get the stabilizers fixed, we have to find and disable the source of that disruptor field before we can take off. Otherwise, we'll just end up crashing again. You're right. That Sith we saw must have some type of protection against the disruptor field. We have to find a way to
disable it, or the Republic will be slaughtered.
T3's picking up massive power fluctuations on the ship's sensors. They seem to be coming from some type of large stone structure to the east. It looks like some kind of ancient temple.
We haven't forgotten about her, but we can't do her much good stuck down here. We have to help ourselves before we can help her.
I only hope we're not too late. Bastila has been Nug's prisoner for a long time. If he can turn her to the dark side, she will join him and the Sith will be invincible.
I fear Bastila will find the lure of the dark side difficult to resist. She is strong in the Force, but she's also impulsive, willful, and proud, as you once were, Revan. I'm glad to hear you say that. Now that you know your true identity, I was afraid you might slip back over to the dark side. If Bastila feels as you do, there may yet be hope for her.
Well, if Bastila's on the Starforge like you think, then we can't rescue her until we disable the disruptor field. The sooner we investigate that temple to the east, the better. We can probably find the wreckage of a downed ship along the way. If we're lucky, we can salvage some stabilizers from it to get off this planet.
I hope everything works out as smooth as you make it sound, Garth.
Well, so do I, Michelle. So do I.
Any range to do Karth. Yes.
What I can do.
Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Kun mama ulira rachikuni. Slimo patona. Mundi hatonda chikokabi. La boda ni winki smaktoma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang monket. Tuk ninja mira rabes. Tiska du sukiku ba na bona naikachu. Tuin kotu. Toka da bunkwalya gandonado chuchu. Piatuka ulwan kinkuna ba murira. Rachikun. Mucha shakpanpa. Jawana bota ayuat tahunga chakanki dora. Kachikuita hodonga. Toka da bunkwalya gando dot uba batu kochi. Tong nong bong chang yung yang. La boda ni winki smaktoma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tokchi. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Yina kun ma marulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hodonga chihonkabi. Jawana bota ayuat tahunga chakanki dora. Kachikuita hodonga. Topa da bunkwalya gando donado chuchu. Musha papampa. Pola wana chikne. Bamuli slemo. Jawana bot uba batu kochi. Tong nong bong chang yung yang. Jawana bota ayuat tahunga chakanki dora. Kachikuita hodonga. Uba batu kochi. Tong. Kuyabi just. Tiska du sukiku ba na bona naikachu. Tuin kotu. Uba batu kochi. La boda ni winki smaktoma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok ching.
Tonghay Saks Wamaji. Yuma Lipa Ak Inkoku. Chiska to Suki Kupa Mona Nai Kachu. Ku Yami Juice. Ku Chitana.
Wait a minute. You understood those creatures? Of course. You and Malik must have been here before. You probably learned their language back when you were Revan.
Ahora ni Winky. Smatoma. Ka wana pota. Ayua takpa kenki dora. Sharti king wata wama mulira. King kun chope shok. Ka wana pota. Ayua takpa kenki dora. Chiska to Suki. Donkin pano kunne. Chiska to Suki kupa mona. Ahora ni Winky. Smatoma. Ka wana pota. Ayua takpa kenki dora. Sharti king wata wama muli. Ka wana pota. Ayua takpa kenki dora. Chiska to Suki. Tonghay Saks Wamaji. Yuma Lipa Ak Inkokun. Chiska to Suki Kupan Bona. Donkin Pano Kunne. Ka wana pota. Ayua takpa kenki dora. Sharti king. Labora ni Winky. Smatoma. Ka wana pota. Ayua takpa kenki dora. Sharti king wata. Tonghay Saks Wamaji. Yuma Lipa Ak Inkokun. Donkin Pano Kunne. Chiska to Suki Kupan Bona Nai Kachu. Tonghay Eldas Wamaji. Ka wana pota. Ayua takpa kenki dora. Chiska to Suki Kupan. Tonghay Saks Wamaji. Yuma Lipa Ak Inkokun. Chiska to Suki Kupan Bona Nai Kachu. Ku Yami Juice. Ku Chitana. Tonghay Saks Wamaji. Yuma Donkin Pano Kunne. Chiska to Suki Kupan Bona Nai Kachu. Tonghay Eldas Wamaji. Ka wana pota. Ayua takpa kenki dora. Chiska to Suki Kupan Bona Nai. Donkin Pano Kunne. Chiska to Suki Kupan Bona Nai Kachu. Tonghay Eldas Wamaji. Ka wana pota. Ayua takpa kenki dora. Chiska to Suki Kupan Bona Nai. Donkin Pano Kunne. Chiska to Suki Kupan Bona Nai Kachu. Tonghay Eldas Ka wana pota. Ayua takpa kenki dora. Chiska to Suki Kupan. Donkin Pano Kunne. Chiska to Suki Kupan Bona Nai Kachu. Tonghay Ka wana pota. Ayua takpa kenki dora. Chiska to Suki Kupan Bona. Donkin Pano Kunne. Chiska to Suki Kupan Bona Nai Kachu. Ka wana pota. Ayua takpa kenki. Donkin Pano Kunne. Chiska to Suki Kupan Bona Nai Kachu. Ka wana pota. Ayua takpa kenki. Donkin Pano Kunne. Chiska to Suki. Labora ni Winky. Smatoma. Ka wana pota. Donkin Pano Kunne. Ka wana pota. Ayua takpa kenki dora. Labora ni Winky. Donkin Pano Kunne. Chiska to Suki Kupan Bona Nai Kachu. Tonghay Eldas Wamaji. Ka wana pota. Ayua takpa kenki dora. Donkin Pano Kunne. Chiska to Suki Kupan. Ka wana pota. Donkin Pano Kunne. Chiska to Suki Kupan Bona Nai Kachu. Ka wana pota. Donkin Pano Kunne. Tonghay.
Search this. Oh, one sec, everybody.
Jomaso, Donkin Mano Kune, Tongheit Eldaswamachi, Uba Batu. Donchi, Yutukaru. Gawana Ota, Ayua Takwa, Genki Dora. Jiska Tosuki Kuban, Ora Night Kachu. Tongheit Satswamachi, Yuma Lipa Api. La boda di Winky, Swaptoma, Gawana King Kun Jobe. King, Don. Jiska Tosuki Kuban, King Kun Jobe Shock. La boda ni Winky, Tongheit Satswamaji, Yuma Lipa Ak Inkokun. Jiska Tosuki Kuban, Mon. King Kun Jobe Shock, Uba. Jiska Tosuki Kuban, Mona Nai Kachu. Kuya Yutuka Ruam. Smilia, Tongheit.
Save here.
You asked for this! You asked for this!
What is it?
Sure.
Ready?
What is it?
Actually, yeah, let's do force resistance. That way if we
Sure.
Ready?
What?
Over here.
Tonga Pusha Uneno, Wanga Kun Piske, Bamulera, Chunyon Tun Gigi Itetuana, Cabe Volpe Molche Govana. Cachicho Itaho Tonga, Yin Kin Kuno Ba Mulira Chikun, Slemo Putona, Roneo Donga Kuongabi, Tonghai Wang Gigi Yumalipsa Ag Inko Tu, Tolka Dabon Qualia, Tonga Pusha Uneno, Wanga Kun Piske. Kama tompa culpa ye ok bata. Takon just tak Mickey grabber mogo. Kachicho ita haudonga. Tolpa de bongwaya. Kama tompa culpa ye mok bata. Tonga bunsha uneno. Wanga kun biske. Kachicho ita hodonga. Yin kin kuno ba mulirach rondi hodonga kuhonga bi. Wala kumbes. Kachicho ita hodonga. Yin kin kuno ba mulirach kun. Slimo putona. Rondi hodonga kuhonga bi. Takon just tak Mickey grabber mogo. Kachicho ita hodonga. Tolpa de bongwalia gando de na tonghai wam chichi yumalita ag inko tu. Tolpa da bongwalia gando de. Takon just tak Mickey grabber mogo. Kachicho ita haudonga. Tolpa de bongwalia gando de. Rondi haudonga kuhonga bi. Wala kumbes. Cheng palamuli. J'ai besoin de Takon just tak Mickey grabber mogo. Kachicho ita haudonga. Tolpa de bongwalia gando de nago chocho. Moga shaponka. Kachicho ita haudonga. Yin kin kuno ba mulira chikun. Slimo putona. Rondi haudonga kuhonga bi. Wala kumbes. Cheng palamuli. Kachicho ita haudonga. Yin kita just tak Mickey grabber mogo. Kachicho ita haudonga. Rondi haudonga kuhonga bi. Wala kumbes. Cheng palamuli tong. Tonghai siya kung ano. Wang... Only ho. Only ho dong up, don't hang up. Kashyyyk ita ho dong up. You. Rondi ho dong up puho. Je vais dans la tête de stack me karu mo. Kashyyyk ita dong hang up. You. Je vais dans la tête de stack me karu mo. Kashyyyk ita dong hang up. You malita at impo to. Todo da bom paliagato de la. Mama tota. Ako de graton bola je choix conaton. Rondi.
Really?
You like that? Ready?
That's a good thing I saved it right here.
Your wish?
For the order!
What is it?
Sure.
Time to rumble! Uh-huh.
Yes?
What?
It said I can
How'd you like that? Time to rumble!